All that work I put into the car yesterday to try and make the paint nice, and then it rains on it today, but that only goes to show another rather good thing about the rain. In fact, possibly the only good thing about it. Little Nigel, I have a treat for you. Yes, I do. Well, it's not just for Nigel, and it's not even a treat, but I've been meaning to buy some of this stuff for ages, and now I bought 12 cans of the stuff. Tasty. Nigel has always had a rather dirty engine bay, and brake cleaner is the easiest way to clean some of this stuff up. Probably will take all 12 of those cans of brake cleaner to clean this up properly, but one thing I've never had on here is a cover, which is daft because I've got loads of these knocking about. That looks a bit more presentable. I could be tempted to tidy up the rest of the engine bay actually. See how my motivation works out later on. Next, let's do a little bit of interior cleaning in the Nigel Mobile. But what should I do? Vacuuming? Yeah, of course. But also, the seats. Do they need any cleaning? Not really, which is probably a good thing that I bought something like this, because that's not going to do a particularly good job. One thing that lets Nigel down is the boot. As you can see, it's just full of nothing, but that's not the thing. It's the water. Ooh. I need to deal with this. I need to deal with this today. All the time my boot has been getting damp. My assumption has been it's the rear lamp at fault, but possibly not, because that wasn't in properly and that hasn't got one at all, and it should have. And that will just run straight down and into the corner like that, you see. So now, with a carefully placed piece of gaffer tape, that leak oh, hang on, it's not sticking down properly there. That's not good. I'll have to use a different kind of tape, I think. The boot has been somewhat neglected in Nigel due to the fact that it leaks. Oh, some orange juice. But today is the day that changes. Possibly the nicest thing to be found in Nigel's boot is the spare wheel. Look at that. Never been used. Not a scratch on it. So to assume that that is the only leak cause would be a bit silly, because I think inside there, yeah, there is some water. While I've got this rear lamp out, I may as well pointlessly clean it and get rid of some of this silicone stuff stuck there. Yeah, so I may as well get rid of that and see if I can do something about that, because they can leak from there as well, you know. Did you know that? The trophy lights have a different seal on them than the standard 25, but it's obviously not doing its job well enough, so I'm going to put 2 on. I best hurry up, because that will leak water more than anything. If there's one thing that really spoils the Rover 25, it is these horrendous panel gaps everywhere. Why did they get this bit so wrong? Eh? Fashion! Get the London look! Jimmy Tarbuck would approve. Before finding a nice clean carpet to bung back in there, because the old one got a bit ruined, I need to test whether it is now watertight. Because that's a few things. So one lamp leaking, one seal leaking from the roof, and then the vent in the back as well also wasn't actually fitting properly. So there's a good chance it might not leak any further now. Poor little Hetty. You just want to go out there and do a job, don't you, for Nigel? Yes, you do, don't you? I can see how you're smiling. For the third time in about 5 minutes it stopped raining. So, do I take another chance on it? got to go soon. Inside there, managed to do a nice vacuuming job, clean the carpet, clean the seats. They weren't really dirty, but I did them anyway, and some leather treatment as well. Sander. Dacia Sander. Or Dacia Sander, not sure which one. But a rather old looking car that is. And I know it is based on an old Clio, but looks really, really dated. Come on, get a shifty on. Pay attention. There we go. Yeah. So, now going back to work. I believe it's not going to rain again, but I've almost finished what I'm doing anyway. Yes, that's it. That's the obviously all of the paintwork taken care of. I might actually do the old tyre stuff, I suppose. I was never really a fan of that, but they do look nicer when they're properly black. As I've had a chance to vacuum it all out properly and clean the seats and all that stuff, I could then go ahead and clean the dashboard and the door card and stuff with the trim conditioner stuff. Yeah, I think I'll do that. The only other things that needs doing that I'm not going to be able to test, to be honest, which is the boot. Yeah, I'd quite like the boot all put back together again, but I don't want to be putting nice dry new carpet in there only to find out that it's still leaking, because that really wouldn't be particularly pleasant. So I'm going to leave the boot as it is, and then I just won't open the boot when I'm at the car show. Not for long anyway. I won't leave it open. Not that I ever do, to be honest, anyway. That's just not my kind of thing. I don't leave boots open, I close them. I've got a couple of hours back at work, and there are a few things I still want to do. One of them you'll see in a second. Yes, and then another thing you'll see after the weekend. Yeah. I'm going to leave it at that. A rather mysterious envelope has arrived in the post. I can only presume this is for me. Yay! What about that then? Every time I think I have finished, I go and find something else to fix. I need to fix that thing just there. This car is definitely feeding the LCD that I probably haven't even got. I think this is missing a washer or something, because that won't actually tighten up any further. There, that looks quite good. At last, a proper sticker on there. I've got some stickers on their way soon. They're not going to be the same as that. Those ones are exclusive to Nigel, because I wanted them to just fit in that same way, just like that there. Nice and discreet. And that is the glass done and the stickers. And now the final thing is some plastic treatment on the dashboard and door cards, and then I'll probably have to clean the windscreen as well. Oh, and that's the end of today's video. Congratulations on watching it all the way to the end. Treat yourself to a biscuit. Down the back streets in Rochdale, where all of the foodie stuff can be bought. It's a rather seedy looking place, but man needs to eat. This man needs to eat samosas, because that's what real men eat. Of course, what's happened is the only break in the rain so far happens to be the one whilst I'm out buying samosas. can't go under a bridge without taking a picture of it. Sometimes I think I could really do with a car that I simply don't care about, with the amount of evasive action I find myself taking because of people looking like they're about to just pull out in front of me and give my car a clonk. This car, and Nigel of course, will be just seen as valueless old things that the insurance company would say, oh yeah, we'll just chuck it away, we'll give you a few £100. That wouldn't help. I wouldn't like that.